This portion of the CU podcast is brought to you by earthyselect.com, your source for the finest Delta 8, Delta 9, and Delta 10 THC flower, oils, pre-rolls, vape pens, cartridges, and edibles. Their premium adult use products are crafted from organic cannabis and infused with pure and potent THC extracts for effects you can feel.
Delta 8, Delta 9, and Delta 10 THC products are perfect for relaxing, socializing, getting creative, and going deep in the game. Plus, they're hemp-derived and federally legal to ship nationwide. Let's look at some of their most popular products. Earthy Select's Delta 8 vape pens are packed with potent Delta 8 plus cannabis-derived terpenes. They have a stealthy ergonomic design that gives you a quick hit with no lag, making it perfect for gaming. Each rechargeable pen has 1 gram of Delta 8 THC and is available in 4 great-tasting flavors like Guava Kush or my personal favorite, the Cherry Pie. They pack light and are excellent on the go. Earthy Select also makes THC gummies and candies that are organic, vegan, gluten-free, and taste great. They all come in different strengths, so you can start low and see what's right for you. The Delta 8 gummies can be really relaxing and heady, while the Delta 10 is more associated with feeling productive and creative, so it's great for daytime projects or an all-night role-playing session. The Delta 9 gummies are impressive. They have real deal D9 THC, and they come in sativa peach or indica mango.
They have a huge variety on the website, so check it out. earthyselect.com. All of Earthy Select's cannabis products are federally compliant and they ship nationwide. Order online at earthyselect.com and use the coupon code CUP20 to save 20% on your first order. No limits. Must be 21 or older. That's earthyselect.com and use code CUP20 to save 20% on THC. Earthy Select. Select your adventure. We'll see. We'll see. All right, we got voicemails.
We do.
We got what do we got? Anchor.fm/CU podcast. You go. You leave us a voicemail. 20 seconds is like the perfect mark for me, and then we can play it and hopefully amuse you or educate with the answers.
Hello, Pat and Ian. This is Sam calling from India.
Hey,
I have a question for Ian. What are your opinions about Analog Pocket after all these months, and especially after OpenFPGA got released, which has opened other systems to ROMs and many other systems? Thank you very much. Keep up the good work.
I wish I had.
You've been asked like twice. You feel like you have to get it. To see.
Yeah, I've been asked. Look, okay, I promise next week sometime I will update my Analog Pocket and start to look into all the stuff.
You want to do what, Ian?
You
want to do what? You want to
update
your pocket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll update my pocket. Life has been busy. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have been. The thing is it's not that the pocket is going unused. I've been using the shit out of my pocket, but I've literally just been using it to play Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. Like I have not updated it or gotten into any of the other stuff. So I love the system based on how it was sold to me. Like I like how it was I enjoy what it was meant to do. All of this extra stuff is going to be great. I just need to make the time.
Hey, Pat and Ian, what's up? This is Mike from Chicagoland.
Mike.
Pat, I was hoping that we could dig back into a question that was asked some time ago, a little more respectful this time. I am really curious how it is that you met Frank, and did you meet him after you had moved out to San Diego, or did you know him from Jersey initially?
Oh, that's I get asked this a lot, and my response is this.
Let's face it, Rich. You know damn well, both me and you, if we had the opportunity to get a lap dance from the Little Mermaid, we'd be all over it. True or false?
Good point. I'm not going to deny that. I thought that'd be funny. I haven't played that one in a while.
That's good.
That's an oldie but goodie. Next.
Hello, Pat and Ian. Brent here from Whippany, New Jersey.
Sure.
I was just watching Unsolved Mysteries, Season 6, Episode 6. It's the Lake Wales, Florida haunting. You got to hear this line by Robert Stack. Listen.
I don't know what happened. It just turned the corner and disappeared.
When Alan Mann of Lake Wales, Florida, began claiming that he had a ghost in his bedroom, his parents poo-pooed the idea that the house was haunted. That was that. Until Alan got married and a 16-year-old...
All right. Not only could I not believe that Legends of a Man read that line. Isn't that what happened to you in your childhood home? They poo-pooed the notion of you haven't seen a ghost? All right. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
If I was Robert Stack, I'd have creative control on my script. I would not say, I'm not saying poo-pooed. I think I used that last week on the podcast. with Alex. Yes, my parents did poo-poo the idea of ghosts, even though they ended up all seeing this stuff. Yes, that is really funny.
I'm known as a murderer of crows. I'm a good friend of John Hancock. I wanted to thank you guys for coming into the Saturn Lounge at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo.
Well, I didn't. I think Ian did. I did not have the chance.
I did, and Vonnie did. Yeah.
Just heard your little shout outs about your experience at the lounge, and I wanted to tell you that the collection in the corner, actually about 60% of the items that were there were actually from my personal collection. And it is a complete US set, including all variants and all demos. John, love him to death. He's got a complete US set, but without all the extra demos or variants. Thanks.
Well, I don't know what the bell was. Someone coming into the shop. Was that subtle shade thrown at John Hancock? Love him to death, but he doesn't have all the variants. It's like variant Sega Saturn shaming.
Did you say going to fight?
Love to death.
That Sega Saturn lounge was fantastic. I loved it, and they were cool folks. And Vonnie, in particular, really enjoyed talking to them and checking it all out.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is Bryson calling from Vancouver, BC. Longtime listener, first-time caller. This is just my application to be on the podcast, as I know nothing about retro video game collecting, sealed or unsealed. But I promise not to pressure you or force you into a conversation at a convention. In all seriousness, with that story in mind, Pat and Ian, I'm wondering what was your most memorable or pleasant interaction with a fan? Love you guys. Have a wonderful day and keep up the good work.
I'll story real quick. There was they used to be kids. I always I'm awful with names, but I'll recognize the faces. There was must have been 18, 19. Kid came up to me at Retropalooza. What was that? Was that a month ago only? About a month ago. And they said, "Hey, you recognize me?" And I was like, this is a kid. It's always he's a dealer. He'll trade up to get games, but he'll try to constantly do these deals, kind of be sneaky. I was like, "Yeah, I remember you," but I remembered him from the 5 years before when he was 13, 14. So we did a deal for a limited edition NES guidebook for some of the games that he had, because he didn't have all the cash for it. So we worked out some deal. So it's I remember that kid because he was always super nice, but it was always you see the same kid throughout the weekend with different game. I'll be like, "Hey, where'd that other game go?" "Oh, I traded up for this game." It was like that parable, but the kid always trading stuff, I think. But in reality, so anyway, that kid was always nice. That was a recent nice one.
I've had lots of really great interactions, but one that I always just kind of point at when this kind of conversation comes up, and I hate it because I can't remember his name now. And I believe he follows me on Twitter as well. And I still see him every year. Anyways, first year I did Portland, guy comes up to me, puts 2 Tecate tall boys down on the table and goes, "I really like what you do. Thanks." And I said, "Hey, thank you." And that was the interaction.
What? That's great.
And then every year I see him, he comes by, we chat just a little bit, quick interaction, leaves me something, says thanks, walks away. This year he left me he brought me a marijuana brownie, and then the next day he brought me a little can of this booze to try. But he's a really good dude. I can't believe I can't remember his name now. Every year he stops by and says hi, but it's just there's no pressure. Doesn't take a lot of time. He doesn't want a lot of my time, and he's just a good dude, and I appreciate it.
Hey, Pat likes brownies too. Intermittent fasting. My fucking stomach. God, I'm hungry as hell. Thanksgiving in 2 days.
Patrick.
What's that?
Weed brownies.
I try a weed brownie.
Okay.
What was that for? Okay. Well, yeah, I would try it. A little one.
Just don't do it at a convention.
Oh no, I'm not going to partake at a convention. Who would do that? Anyway,
me. Every convention. It's how I get through my day.
Just don't give stuff to people that try to tattle on you. That's all. It's fucking narcs. You have to watch out for. We know who they are. Next. Oh, I had another one. That's right. What was the other one I was going to say? Oh, there's the guy, probably mid-20s, would always either see me at Too Many Games or Retro World Expo, would take a picture of me. Then next year, take a picture of me holding the picture of us from the year before. And he's done it about 5 times, so it's pictureception. of us. You know what I mean? Like holding a picture each year.
Oh yeah. I know. Yep, I remember you telling me about that.
And I saw him again last year or previous this year at too many games. So I'd say between 2016, couple of COVID years in there to now, there's been 4 or 5 pictures of the inception. We're always doing the same pose every year in the picture. That guy's pretty cool.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This question is mostly for Ian. Just wanted to see if he's been keeping up with the Analog Pocket Core updates that have been happening about every other day. There's a new core coming out, Super Nintendo, arcade cores, a bunch of handhelds. Now today, the PC Engine core just was released. So I just wanted to see if he's been keeping up with that. Thanks, guys. Love the show.
Wow. What do you think? General handheld? You got to look into this stuff.
General handheld for like. I'm sorry, I spaced on that.
Oh, he wants to check out the cores for the FPGA.
Yeah. I want to check out the cores. I really want to check out some of the older computer cores and see what they've got, like C64 and stuff. If they have that going, that you can just play with like 1 or 2 buttons.
IBM XT on my pocket.
Yeah.
Hey guys, love the show. Have you ever played the Florida Man game? If not, go to www.google.com. Then type in Google. Then click on the link to
wait. Type in Google after you're at Google. I don't think you need that, but okay.
Google. And then once you're there, what you want to do is type in Florida Man and your birthday, and then read the first news story that you've seen.
So I looked this up before. I have the links here to mine for May 9th. There's 2. One was reported on May 9th. I don't think it happened on May 9th. Florida man cited after authorities found an illegally poached gator foot stuck in his dashboard. And there's a picture of a gator foot sticking out of his dashboard.
Wow.
I don't know if like a gator tried to like get into the front of the car through the engine block and try to escape through the front, or if he cut off and it's insane. The picture's there. You see that picture? So that's the first one. The second one, service unavailable? Oh, no. There's also FloridaManBirthdays.com. At least it used to exist.
FloridaManBirthday.org is where I'm at, which makes it easy. For my birthday, a Florida man drove his golf cart to Walmart and tried to run over people in the store, even though he didn't know why.
He tried to run over people at the Walmart?
Yep, in his cart.
Oh, so my link's no longer there. Damn it. There was something good for this. So the second one, now it's gone off the site. Where'd you go to? You went to .org?
FloridaManBirthday.org.
Okay, the .com one is down for my birthday. I knew there was a good one. Now I'm going to find it. May 9th. Search. Oh, there's okay, it's just the alligator hand one. Okay, I got to find next week. I'm going to find the other one. The other one was even better on that. Next one.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Ian. This is Thomas from Fresno, California. Hey, I wanted to know, what is your favorite Super Nintendo game after doing the book? You know, like one that you didn't expect to be good.
One I did not expect to be good. I did about 80 reviews for the Super Nintendo book, and unfortunately, I can't recall any of them right now. They all blur together, unfortunately, when you do like a high volume of reviews like that. Should I just look in the guidebook? Look in the guidebook. There's all plush on it. Let me get back to you next week. Now I feel bad. I don't have one that like I didn't think was going to be good in my head that turned out to be good. I'm sure there's a couple, but I honestly can't think of any right now. I was trying to think of was the Bugs Bunny NBA Jam game better than I thought? I can't remember if that one was better than I thought when I played that one. You know what I'm talking about?
Space Jam.
No.
No.
Wasn't Space Jam. It was just a generic Looney Tunes game.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But I can't remember. That might have been better than I thought, but it also was not a great game. It might have been average or above average on that one. Why wasn't there a Space Jam game? That's a good question. Because of Jordan. Probably because of Jordan. That's probably that would have been difficult to work around that. I'll do a few more here. Actually, I'm gonna play one out of order right now. I'm gonna play. We have someone that's checking in from another part of the world.
Pat, how are you? This is Charlie from Bavaria calling. I heard you had a problem opening the packs of the pieces of the Reese's. I think that intermittent fasting is turning you into a little marshmallow with hair. Yeah, we are all laughing at you over here in Bavaria. It's very funny. But we talked about it and we thought maybe that when you have people come over to work on the house, plumbers, roofers, interior decorators, real men, you could ask them to open all the candy for you. Or maybe when they come by the house to sell you the Girl Scout cookies, maybe they could open the candy too. Or if it's late at night and no one is there, perhaps you could use dynamite to open the candy. Let me know how it goes. I'm going to hang up now. I don't want your puny arm to fall off from holding the phone too long. Hasta la vista.
Hey, come on, Charlie from Bavaria. That's uncalled for. That's uncalled for. We got another one from Europe, which is timely.
Hi, Pat and Ian. I'm Zad from England. Do either of you follow soccer, or football as we call it here? If so, what are America's chances at the World Cup, which starts next week, do you think? I'm asking since they are in the same group as England.
Well, I think we're like, gun to my head, 65% chance to get out of the group along with England. Obviously, England's going to move on, and it's going to be Wales or the U.S. And that tie to Wales really hurt.
Hurts.
Yes. If it was a win, it'd be like a 90% chance, 95% chance they could move on. But the fact that they only tied, that's going to make it dicier these next two games. But there was a statistic that said whenever the U.S. won or tied their first game in their group, they always moved on to the elimination round. So knock on wood. It's going to be a good game after Thanksgiving. All right, back to the regular set of questions. Do a couple more.
Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that I listen to you in the shower every day, so thanks for spending your morning with me as I get ready for work.
Okay, that's TMI, but thanks, Jeremy.
My question is, given the totality of their 8-bit and 16-bit libraries, who is your favorite third-party developer? I've always been partial to SNK, but obviously there are a lot of good options out there. Thanks, bye.
We get this question every so often. I think I always go back to Konami. At least for NES, just for the variety of different games, because you have like the action type of games. You got, you have your Castlevania, you have your action platforms, you have like Russian Attack, but then you have your Top Gun. Looking at the games, and you have like shooters like Life Force and Gradius, and you have Track and Field 2. It's like they're the queen of the NES. They can do every genre. It seems very effectively. That's always my pick, at least for the NES.
Was that question for the NES or it was 8 and 16,
8 and 16
bit, right? It's tough. My heart wants to say Namco, but I think my brain says Capcom.
Namco for 8-bit or 16-bit?
8. I really like the stuff they did for like the releases on the PC Engine were great. They're like arcade game ports. But like just because I really like Namco, I love Namco in terms of third-party games in general. I love their releases, I love their company. But if it's purely for 8 and 16-bit support and what they did, I would probably say Capcom.
Sure. 16-bit. Thinking about Super Nintendo. I mean, Konami was obviously super strong on there as well. So I mean, like. The more I think about
Konami was great during that era. It's tough to pick.
Yeah.
Indian. Why do you not like Tommy Tallarico? He's an amazing man. Please be nice. You can make up and be friends. Maybe even have him on the podcast.
Ian, did the guy that approached you at Portland get a voice changer? What happened there? What in the hell was that?
That was terrifying. I don't feel safe. I would like someone to hold my hand.
You want someone to hold your hands? You want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more. My voice is petering out here.
Okay.
Hey boys, Mark from Texas over here. Just want to let you guys know about a fun new company called retro_drive_gaming on Instagram, selling a plug-and-play console full of thousands of ROMs of 64, Super Nintendo, NES. I think you got some Genesis on there. You got all the greats. Totally legal. It's all on the up and up. It's ready to go, ready to ship out. I think they got some deals on their page. They're posting ads on Instagram. One just popped up on my Instagram over there. Great stuff. Great stuff, guys. Definitely not something that should be reported or, nothing that Nintendo's going to sue for. Nothing like that. Totally on the up and up. Ready to go.
Kind of snarky there.
Yeah.
That one, Mark. So I just looked them up. I'm logging in to Instagram right now. They're selling, God, I think we were given one of these one year for the marathon from a sponsor. One of these, let's see. It's retro, yeah. It's retro_drive_gaming on Instagram. And yeah, they sell the retro drive with a controller. Over 15,000 retro games on one system. PlayStation, Sony. Wait, PlayStation, Sony? PlayStation, Sony? Did Sony even have another console I'm not aware of besides a PlayStation? PlayStation, Sony, Nintendo, all the other stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Instagram used as a marketplace seems to be like there's not a lot of people that are aware of this stuff. Some people don't care. If you're on Instagram, if you're casually, I can get a retro drive for, whatever. These things probably cost like $50 only, $60, I'm guessing. But it's not even. It's just like one of the generic ones with 4 USBs in the side. It's not even with the case. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just whatever. It is what it is. It's hard. It's hard to do away with this, and it's hard to police it. But what are you gonna do, right?
I laugh at Under Atari 2600 full library. Bitch, we have no idea what the fuck the full library of the Atari 2600
Oh, is that there? Where's that under? I didn't even see that.
It was on the actual web page for it. I just Googled it.
This is kind of scummy. $40 back for video reviews. That's scummy.
Ew, that is scummy.
So they want people, I guess, to go on Instagram and post their quote reviews in order to get it. $40 off. How much are they actually charging for this? It's retrodrive.store. This might be a backdoor scumbag seller of the week here. I want to see what they're charging for this shit now. If they can get back $40.
Deluxe retro drive with 4 controllers from $239.
What the fuck?
Standard retro drive, $180. $180 for the standard retro drive.
$180 with 1 controller, and then $240 with 4 controllers.
Retro drive deluxe, $219.95.
So you get marked down from $192. So you get it looks like a kind of like an 8-bit DOS style controller. Yeah. It looks like. I can't see the company on it. Oh, it is. It's an SN30. Okay, so you get an SN30, which I'm guessing they don't have a wholesale deal with them. Those go for what, about $30, something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me see, because I want to see what this actual cost is there. The SN30 is $30. That style is $30 or $25. We'll say it's $25. So they're charging $100 for this Raspberry Pi. $150. Holy shit. With the case, and you get a 16 gig micro card, which doesn't cost really anything. That's nuts to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, then Retro Drive, you're the Anchor voicemail scumbag seller
of the week. Way to go.